Yeah.
Okay, so this is the gasoline engine, and so what we're going to be doing with the gasoline engine is first we're going to do different horsepowers at the fixed RPM, and then another group will do different RPMs at a fixed horsepower. Okay, and there's different measurements that we'll be taking. If you look on this computer here, we're actually going to be measuring the RPMs, the foot-pounds, and by knowing the RPMs and the foot-pounds, this will tell you what the horsepower is going to be. This is going to tell you how hot the exhaust is getting, and this is going to tell you how much air it's drawing in. And how it does that is we have a unit right here that actually, there's a fan in here, and when it moves, it draws the air in, and it will actually measure the flow rate, the air rate. And then also we're going to measure the fuel rate, and how we do that is the fuel is going to be going through this tank, go through this meter, and then from the meter it goes into the carburetor and then goes into the engine. So we'll also be measuring how much fuel it's taking, okay? And how we start it is through this. It has electric starter. Once it kicks on, it turns on this, it's going to be pulling this dyno, and the dyno, if you look at the gear here with the chain compared to on the engine over here, it's a 3-to-1. And reason why it's a 3-to-1 is because that dyno is very big, and it puts a big load on the engine, so we designed it to be 3-to-1, so it's easier to pull. So, but the software compensates for that, so when you're measuring the RPMs, it will tell you the RPMs on the sorbent end, which is the dyno, which will be different than the RPM on here, but the computer knows that it's a 3-to-1, so it calculates it and gives you the right for your RPMs, okay? And so we have this is what puts the load on the dyno. The dyno has like different coils in it, and when they turn on, the dyno will fight against it. And then over here we have a load cell, and that load cell is what measures the torque. Okay, and then so what we have right now is we have this on hold. So by putting that on hold for the RPMs, the more we give it gas, then the more it's going to it's always going to keep the same RPM, and it'll just give us more torque. Now when we go to vary the RPMs, then we won't have this on hold, so we can vary the RPMs by using accelerating with the gas.